Hello and welcome to our software tutorial series. In this tutorial, we will provide you with an explanation of how standard deductions are calculated in the tax preparation software. After completing this tutorial, you should understand how the software calculates the standard deduction and how the software includes exemptions with the standard deduction on Form 1040-EZ. The standard deduction depends on four things, which are age, blindness, dependency status, and filing status. If the taxpayer or the spouse, if married filing jointly, is over the age of 65 at the end of the tax year, the IRS allows a larger standard deduction for that taxpayer. If you or your spouse are over 65 at the end of the tax year, the software selects the appropriate checkbox on line 23A of Form 1040A or line 39A of Form 1040. The software calculates the selection of the checkbox automatically based on the birth date entered on the main information sheet. Be sure to enter both the taxpayer's and the spouse's birth dates on every return. Once you have entered the birth dates, you will see that their ages are displayed below both the dates you have entered. When we go to page 2 of the 1040A, we can see that the software has checked the appropriate boxes for both the taxpayer and the spouse. If the taxpayers are filing Form 1040, this calculates on Form 1040, line 39A. The IRS also provides a larger standard deduction to taxpayers who are blind at the end of the tax year. Select the Check If Blind checkbox on the taxpayer information section of the main information sheet, if the taxpayer or spouse is blind. The software again selects the appropriate checkbox on Form 1040A, line 23, or Form 1040, line 39A, if the taxpayer or the spouse are blind. The appropriate amount of the standard deduction calculates on Form 1040A, line 24, or Form 1040, line 40, based on the taxpayer's larger standard deduction for age or blindness. If the filing status is married filing separately, the standard deduction is calculated at 0 unless you have deductions to itemize as well. If you itemize deductions, you should use Form 1040 to prepare the tax return. If the taxpayer can be claimed as a dependent on another taxpayer's return, the IRS uses a worksheet, which is in the form instructions to calculate the standard deduction. The software uses the information on this worksheet to calculate the appropriate standard deduction on the Form 1040, 1040A, or 1040EZ. All of the taxpayers can use the normal standard deduction amount shown on Form 1040EZ, line 5, line 24 of Form 1040A, or line 40 of Form 1040. These amounts are shown on the left margin of Form 1040A or Form 1040, and in the line instructions of Form 1040EZ. Please note, when filing Form 1040EZ, the amount in line 5 is a combined amount of the taxpayer's standard deduction and exemption. The exemption is calculated based on how many personal exemptions the taxpayer is eligible to claim. On this form, the number of exemptions will be 0, 1, or 2, depending on whether the filing status is single, married filing jointly, and whether the taxpayer or spouse can be claimed on another person's return. The software automatically enters the correct amount for the filing status based on the other information in the return. If either IRS worksheet for the standard deduction is used, the software does not show the worksheet. You should now be able to understand how the software calculates the standard deduction and understand how the software includes exemptions with the standard deduction on Form 1040-EZ. Thank you for viewing this tutorial.